Okay guys, so I said I wanted to do some more videos. So this particular video, I'm going to be doing my makeup and practicing doing a voiceover using iMovie on my iPhone. So I'm just filling in my brows now. Normally I keep my brows pretty natural. I used to get them threaded and really precise, but now I keep them pretty natural shaped and just fill them in as I want them, so I can change them. If I want them to be really, sharp and angular, I can do that. Or if I want them to look more natural, I can do that too. So today we're going for the natural look. And the brow pencil I'm using is literally just like a $1 brow pencil from the beauty supply store. It's in a dark brown color. I do buy them in different colors in case I change my hair color. Yeah. So this is the concealer that I use to highlight around my eyebrows. I do mix them because I had a darker one that I was using to do contour, and I really didn't like the results of that. So I just bought a lighter one to mix with the darker one, and I just use it as my regular highlight around my eyebrows when I am filling them in. So mixing that together and using just a flat angle brush to go around my eyebrows. And then I normally drag, of course, the concealer down so that you're not getting such a sharp line, and you can blend it out with your beauty blender. It makes it really easy to do, to bring it away from the brown line. Same thing over the top, just swipe it over the top. It's really easy for me, that's what I do. And I have a wet beauty blender. I'm just going to, or damp, not wet, beauty blender. I'm just gonna blend it out around your eyes, over your eyes. Now, if I was doing a more dramatic look, I would cover my entire eyelid with a very pale, almost white concealer so that those colors could pop. But today I'm just doing a natural look. And don't waste the concealer. So this is, I'm looking for what eyeshadow palette I'm going to use. I decided to just go with like a little one that I got free inside of, well, not free, but in a Fit Fab Fun box. It came in there in that subscription, and it's called Tarteist Pro To Go. It has 6 little shades in there: Drive, Styling, Boss, Hype, Crisp, and Dominate. And they're really natural, neutral colors, good for the fall. So that's what I decided to use today. I do use a smudger brush to lay my colors down, and then a fluffier brush to buff them out. That just guarantees that I get the color where I want it to be, and I can control the intensity of the color and place it exactly where I want. So you'll see me place it down, then buff it out. So again, just placing it where I want it in the crease, right in the crease there, and buffing it out. Clean my smudger brush off, going in with a different color. So this time I'm going to lay it right on top of there. And I didn't go all the way across, but just maybe about 3/4 of the way. Leaving the very inner corner of my eye untouched by this particular color. And just buff it out again. Place some color down in the middle of the eyelid. not necessarily across the whole eyelid, in the middle. An angle brush now, just kind of cleaning it up. This I probably won't buff out, or I don't buff out, just because I want that intensity of that color to stay right where it is. Just give a little buff and make sure that it's in there, but not like I did the others. Okay, and then I'm just gonna place, there's a gold color in that palette, very shimmery but light and sheer, and I want to place that right on the brow line. And bring it down, buff it out. So now you can see that's buffed. So buffed, buffed, unbuffed, buff, unbuffed. So you just want to make sure you buff it out so you're not seeing any lines. Although it's a graduation of color, you will see a change of color. You want it to all kind of blend in, especially when you're doing a natural look like I'm trying to achieve today. Okay, now my foundations. I change my foundations every month or so because my skin color changes so much. The three that you see there is Studio Fluid Fix by MAC NC44. You also see Santan Tarte Shape Tape. And then I have the NYX Total Control Foundation Drops in Honey Golden, or Golden Honey. And I'm just literally mixing that all together on my face and blending it with that damp beauty blender. I don't know what it is with me. It might be hormonal. It might just be my skin type. My skin color changes all the time. So in my foundation drawer, you will see at least 15 different foundations in different consistencies and shades because it changes all the time. Sometimes I need to add something. Sometimes I need to take something away. So I just customize my foundations based upon what my skin is like that day. So I use the Tarte Shape Tape and then the Rainforest of the Sea light medium concealer to do the highlighted areas under my eye, just equal amounts of each. If I was doing a more nighttime look or dramatic look, I probably would use more of the Rainforest of the Sea, more of the lighter color, to make the highlight more dramatic. But today I was going for a natural look, so it is more muted. So on my forehead, I will drag this down my nose, through my cupid's bow on my lip, and down through my chin sometimes, just to make sure that we're using that foundation and the highlighter, and not wasting it, and creating that high peak on your face. So this is a setting powder that I made myself. Not made myself, I mixed myself. I used a couple of different setting powders that I liked, but kind of didn't like attributes of them alone, but together they work well. So this is Airspun, equal parts Airspun mixed with Makeup Revolution banana powder and Morphe banana powder. I found the Morphe banana powder had a lot of flash back, so you take a picture and it looks really kind of ghostly. And the Makeup Revolution was kind of thick, so I mixed those two together. What you just saw me pull out was a MAC palette for contour that's no longer available, unfortunately. It was a goodbye item probably about a year ago, so I got a couple of them then. I don't know what I'm going to do when it goes away, when I use it all, because it's not available anymore, but I love it. So my powder's back out. Want to just highlight right under where I did my contour, make that a very straight angular line. Even though I'm doing a natural look, this actually brings those cheekbones up and out, and then you just got to wait a little bit of time and let it set and bake. So I brought that MAC contour palette back out, and a flat brush so that I could contour my nose. It's not something I do every day, but it's a skill that I have been working on and want to continue to work on. I have a hard time getting it done properly, I think, on myself, but I do it well on others. So I've been practicing on myself a lot just to kind of get that skill up. Just take a little brush and buff it out. Bring it all the way up to the brow line, because all of that is your nose, all the way up to the brow line. So don't stop it in between. Bring it all the way up and buff it through the brow line. Take powder, go right down the middle where we left that highlight before, just to set it in place. Forehead. Still waiting. While we're waiting, we're putting on lashes. Yes, I do use hair bonding glue to put on my lashes. I use very little of it, and it doesn't rip my lashes out. Mostly on the corners, very sparingly in the middle of the lash. So mostly on the corners, I put most of the glue and make sure it dries some before I put it on, and then just lay them on and let them seal themselves. Okay, and buff that powder away. Very careful under the eyes. We're buffing the powder away. Forehead, nose. Okay, and this blush is by MAC, not going anywhere. It's part of their staple, one of their staple items in the collection, Gleeful. I like it. It works with all skin tones, lighter, darker, pale, gold undertones, red undertones. It works well. And you can just put as much or as little as you want to put on. This I love too. Rosy Glowiz Powder Highlight by The Crayon Case. It's a Black-owned business. I will always support it. I love this highlighter. I have all 4 shades of this the highlighter that the company makes, and this one is my favorite. I have no idea how I'm going to use it all. That is how pigmented it is. I mean, you really are using very little, and it just lasts all day. It stays all day. It won't come off until you're ready to take it off. Okay, these are 2 melted matte lipsticks by Too Faced. The darker one that I'm going to line my lips with is called Unicorn. And I'm just literally lining my lips. This is not necessarily for an ombre effect. This is just to give it a contrast. I think it looks really neat because I'm going to take the other lighter color all the way to the edge when it's time for me to put it on. The lighter color, which is like a misty gray with purple undertones, is called Granny Panties. It's actually one of my favorite colors by Too Faced Melted Matte, because it's just really, it's pale. It's kind of icy, but it's easy to warm it up, as you can see, by putting something right at the edge under it. And then I'm just gonna finish with my matte, or my MAC spray, and that's it. So I hope this video went well. Bye.